What up? Welcome back, guys. T-Log here, doing our very first squad builder here today. It's going to be around the 4-3-2-1 formation, a new formation that I haven't tried out, and I got a player in a pack that I wanted to put this formation around, since it was his one there when I got it out the pack and wanted to try, so I'll just stick him first. And he's a left winger because I changed him from a left mid because of the formation, and it's Nolito. Rumours going around that he is like the cheap version of Ronaldo, and I believe that. And let's just go over his base stats. He's got a 3-star weak foot, and he's got 4-star skill moves, a high attacking work rate and a medium defensive work rate, which is typical for like a winger or like forward. It's probably not the best because you definitely want it to be high-low, because in this formation the left forward and right forward act like strikers in a way. And I found out after building this squad that you don't need to have a winger the correct I can't put my hand on it, formation cards to put into left forward, because with all the links around him he gets 9 chem automatically, so jumping to the rest of the squad. Just going to go over his base stats. He's got 84 pace, 74 shooting, 74 passing and 84 dribbling, which I feel that is good solid stats for a left forward or left wing, if you want to put it to have. And he's going to be going forward, and he's going to probably need them stats for when he's going round. Oops, switch it back. And first thing, guys, we have Diego Lopez, 82 rated, because I wanted to try and go for more like the players you'd expect in a BBVA squad. I wanted to try the ones other from like the top rated players like Casillas and all those ones. Not really much you need to know. There's not really any work rate you need because he's a goalkeeper, isn't he? We'll go over his base card stats. Pretty solid stats, if you say so yourself, because the ones you're going to look for in a keeper is like his diving, his handling, and his reflexes. They're like the 3 main ones. His speed ain't the best, being at 34, and his positioning was pretty solid for a keeper being 82. And I thought he linked up well in another good score like this. And at the right back position, we've got Juan Fran, plays for Atletico Madrid. As a 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves, but they're not very essential for his position. He has a high attacking work rate and a medium defensive work rate, which is, I think it's ideal for left back, any fullback, because in this formation there's no wingers, and the left forward and the right forward act like strikers. So you need your fullbacks to push up and down the pitch to go past the centre mids, so we can support the midfield. And so it's ideal, but he will drop back, so he hasn't got a low defensive work rate, which is ideal for this formation. A few of his base card stats: he's got 85 pace, which is good in a fullback. Shooting's not really important. He's got decent passing, 72 passing for a fullback, 80 dribbling for when you want him to get ball up the field, and solid stats for not the best head in the 61, but pretty solid defending for 79. But it could be higher, but you know, that's what you get for like the rating he is. He's a solid defender. At first centre back position, we've got Varane. He links up well with like the right back being the division that he's in. I wanted to try like a centre back partnership without Ramos, try and see if his work rates aren't normally the ideal ones you want in a solid squad because of his high attacking work rate. Varane's attacking work rates or medium, so he won't bomb too much forward, but he won't always be at the back. It's like a good in between card. I've played a few games with him, and he's a decent card for what he is. Going being 6'3", he's not going to lose much in battles. He's got a 3-star weak foot, and his base stats are he's got 63 pace, not the best pace for a centre back, but it's workable. And then he's got the 77 defending and 77 heading, which is for a non-rare, it's good stats, especially when he's 76 rated as well. And pretty solid player, I do see so myself. In the other centre back position, just got change the formation because he's not in the right formation, and it's Pepe. Pepe starts because he's got. I prefer his his attacking his work rate because he's got that medium attacking work rate and the high defensive work rate, so that he'll always be at the back. So even if Varane pushes up a bit towards the field, you always have Pepe sitting at the back. And his base card stats just say how much of a beast the defender he is. 74 pace. He'll keep up with the majority of all attackers, whether they're pacey or not, and then you've got that solid 84 defender and 82 heading with pretty solid overall stats. They may not be high, but make him the good card that he is. That, and then the left back, so we'll put it back on the 4-3-2-1 formation. We've got Jordi Alba, and Jordi Alba's stats, so he's got high medium work rate, but being able to do the same as Juan Fran and ball up and down the pitch past the wingers. I mean the centre mids to push on for the attack and give them that extra man in midfield that you might need when you're going forward. And not much there. It's important that he's got 3-star weekend and 3-star skill moves, but if you want to bomb up the pitch and try and do some work with him, you can do them 3-star skill moves and try and work with it. And then we'll go to his base card stats. He's got that good 90 pace, so it's going to be ideal for tracking back as well as going forward. 81 dribbling, which is pretty solid for he's only a small left back, and well, for a left back anyway, you don't expect 81 dribbling off for work, as I say. And he's got 75 passing, which he can do good link up play within the midfield. And he's just an overall left back that I even prefer this one. I prefer him over Marcelo now. And then we'll move into our first centre midfield spot, and in the middle of the park we're going to have Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso's he's got a medium attack work rate and a high defensive work rate. So he's the ideal player to have in the middle of the field because he'll drop back and he'll happily sit back in the defence, but he can also go forward if you need that extra man, or if you need to hold on to the ball. Say if you don't want to pass with you on your outside centre mids, he can hold it up while they push forward. And then for his base card stats, he hasn't got the best of pace, but that's why you want to stick him in the middle. So your outside centre mids can push and he can just sit, as I said. Decent centre back shooting, so if you need to, if he's sitting back, say it drops out from a corner, he'll be able to have a chance at the long shot. And then pretty beast 88 passing. That's why he's probably one of the best passes in the game. And he's got centre mids, he's got solid defending. He may not be the best ahead, but that's not really the point of it. As long as he's got that 81 defending, he can push through well and just keep the attackers off. That he's got that good amount of defending, so he can put his foot in the tackles and try and win. And we'll go to the left hand side centre mid spot, and we've got Cesc Fabregas. Once again, not the won't do his base card stat this time, but he's not got the best pace, but it's just under 70, and he's a general good playmaker with his 80 shooting. He's at 84 dribbling. That kind of, he may not have the best pace, but he can use his dribbling and his 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves to move along the pitch. Let's see what we can move on to his. And he's got pretty solid stats, even though he's not a generally defensive player. Along with his high medium work, because he not normally uses like a cam or a centre forward. You can use him to push up on the pitch, and he can help join with the front three. And you can get chances off it, and hopefully that can get you some goals in. Because I've already scored some goals already, because sometimes they'll just be hanging outside the box, and you can do good link up play with him. And to the last of the centre mids, we've got Michael Essien. And this guy's a pretty solid player. He's got a high work rate, so he can bomb up the pitch to help the attack, or he can sit back and do defensive work with arms on. And with him being on the outside, it helps. He's got silver. He's got 3-star weak foot, and his base card stats pretty solid, in my opinion anyway. With 6 pace, and he's even got a good shot. He's got the long shot. Take a trade, so you can, if you need to, you can. It's a good long shot with him, and he's got them general centre defensive mid stats to try and help. And then his passing's what it needs to be in a centre midfield with good high rates, and then his dribbling's not the best, but it's workable, and then you can move on from there. In the right forward position, we've got Jesus Navas, a pretty good pick, because I picked him over like the likes of I think it was Sanchez, Di Maria. I just feel he's more of a solid player in it, and he can more act like a striker, because with this formation you got to pick who you think can work better as strikers. It's not really who's the better player, who's going to work well, and you got to compare the stats as well. Navas has got a 3-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves, which is really got a really good stats for the type of player that you want him to be in this formation. And having that strong weak foot, you can, with him being right footed, you can just bang him around near post goals. And he's also got the speed dribbler trait, so he's not going to lose control of the ball when he's running at full speed. So it's ideal for you. And also our last player within the squad builder, we've got Soldado. When I was deciding on the squad, I was trying to figure out what type of players do they want. Do they want a fast player, or do they want a target man? Because I thought I'm probably going to be putting quite a bit of crosses in, so I thought that target man would be ideal for this. So that has got a medium work rate, but to me I don't think it's the best. He's not the best player for this formation, because you want your target man to be up the top of the field, but he's going to be dropping back towards the left and right forwards, and maybe possibly where the centre mids can pass to him. It could work, because you can do quick 1-2 passes to try and get him up the field. And then, as the same with anyone else, he's got like the 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves. So there's not very much variation within the team as in weak foot, apart from Navas having his 4-star weak foot. But then let's just move on to his base card stats, because he's got that centre neck pace. It's not I reckon it's a decent pace for like a target man, because not many are as fast as that. And then and with his shooting ability, that's what I like to see it in a good target man. If he can have a good shot, then he's going to have the strength to push players off and then be able to get a shot away. But I may have to trade him out for like a different Spanish forward, because it's his work rate to put me off really. And then he's got that average dribbling, being a centre man, so you'll be able to get around players, even though he may not be the fastest, and combine it with the 3-star skill moves. And overall, we'll be attacking when he's got that 82 heading. And I think that like so that with the squad there. I've played a few games with this squad, and it does work really well. I can see the formation like your 3-5-2s, because it can match up against for them for every position really. And so I've enjoyed this squad builder, guys. Hope you can go try and build the squad and have a few games with them and see if you like it or not, and give me some feedback on it. Drop a like if you